is up, my snow babies, and welcome back to my channel.
I be so sick of you niggas, y'all contradicting. I be so bold myself when you come and fuck me. I feel so ordinary, said when you around me. Treat me like water while you wear me out. Arguments, you air me out. Tripping about you.
This vlog, I have a story time. I decided I wanted to start doing more story times. Due to that, I have so many stories over my life period. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what was your favorite part of this video, and if you thought the person was wrong in this scenario. This story time happened about, I think I was in 7th grade when it happened. I had in total 4 classes a day, like I normally would, and I was going to a public school. I was in middle school at the time. So I had this teacher. I took Con Maps. It's like some stupid financial literacy class, but you would think the maps makes it like change. It really doesn't. It's just an unnecessary class. But I had Con Maps, and previously, due to before the situation, I played basketball and I ended up catching COVID. Oh hell no! Which messed with me a lot. Like, I had COVID 3 times.
No.
Pull over.
We're making good progress here.
Pull over!
Okay. Okay. Oh, chunkage.
Hey, I don't know, maybe she'll...
And I hardly played basketball that year. So I got COVID again. And I went to go to a bowling alley with my friends and my teammates, and I had caught COVID. It was very sad because I wasn't able to do much again. And once again, I'm stranded upstairs by myself with nothing but an iPad. While I was stranded in quarantine, I started to kick my butt a lot.
Stop it. Get some help.
Anywho, COVID started to kick my butt a lot. Like, I would be coughing, sneezing, throwing up unconditionally. It was just bad. And even when I got over COVID, I still had post-COVID. So, like, I would, like, forget my memory and stuff like that. Like, I remember, this story is so funny because I remember I was so tired after school. I went straight home and got my bed and went to sleep. I woke up at 8:30, and around the time of 8:30 in Texas, it looked exactly how it would look at sunrise. So I seen the clock and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be late for the bus. And coming to find out, my mom was playing games with me because I went to go pick up my cousin, and I was like, I'm late for school. And she was like, what are you talking about? I was like, I'm late for school. It's 7:15. She was like, Nari, it's 7:15 at night. I was like, oh. So she called my mom, and my mom told me to just change it to some pajamas and go back to sleep because it was more than likely I was just really tired and exhausted. Because I had been exhausted like the whole week. We were getting ready to move. I was getting ready to leave Texas. It was a lot going on. I had just got done with COVID. I had just got done being in the hospital for COVID. So a lot had happened when that happened too. But after I had COVID or whatever, I ended up going back to school, and I only had to go to school for like 2 weeks, and then it was the end of the year. So I went to school for the 2 weeks, and the week before I was supposed to leave, we were supposed to be leaving and packing. But instead,
my body and my teacher had different plans.
I remember this day like it was yesterday. I actually remember I went to school. I didn't know I had this condition, but it's basically called presyncope. It's not like epilepsy. It's not like epilepsy, but it kind of sounds like it's a part of it. It's basically where like my body can go numb for like 30 seconds and I won't be able to feel not a dang on thing. No matter what I'm doing, I won't be able to feel it until the after effect. So I was sitting in class one day, and this was post-COVID. So I was sitting in class one day and I fell asleep on my desk, and it was time for us to leave the classroom. So I got up And I started walking to the door and I started getting lightheaded and I ended up on the floor and I was shaking. And even though I have presyncope, like I can hear you, but like I'm not responsive. So I'm sitting on the floor, I guess I'm shaking, and all I hear is the teacher telling me like,
"You're faking. You're doing this for attention. You don't really have nothing. That's not funny to fake seizures. Blah 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 blah."
and I was like, what?
Embarrassing.
So when I woke up from what happened, I was like, well, maybe you should do your research instead of just running your mouth so much like you know everything. If you knew something and you knew everything that was going on this week, then maybe you would know what's going on and why I did that. But you know what? Y'all don't seem to care about that, and I don't understand why teachers do that. They have the need to feel like they're important, or they feel like they know everything about a student's life when you really don't. So if you could just take 5 steps back and mind your business.
Sweating my ass off. It's hard to breathe in here.
Before you start rattling stuff in my ear. With that, and then I sent her a long email explaining to her what was going on. Teacher was white. No offense to white people. I have white people in my family. But this teacher was white. Even my Spanish teacher knew there was something off about me by the way I was sleeping in class. She started telling me I started talking in my sleep in class. And that was embarrassing because she literally was like, you know, you fell asleep the other day in my class and just started talking out of nonsense. And I was like, huh? And she was like, yeah, you were talking nonsense. I was telling you to stop talking and you just kept talking.
God damn. Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that?
And I was like, oh. I was like, my bad, I didn't even know that. So that's one way how I found out I talk in my sleep. That day, it took very, like that really, I took that to heart because that actually hurt. Like, you're saying in somebody's ear while they're on the floor unconscious, you're faking, this isn't funny, you're doing this and that. And I was like, bro, are you being so for reals right now? Are you being so for real? So shortly after that or whatever, you know, after I send the email, she reads the email, she gets in her little feelings about it, and I don't know if I still have the email. I doubt I still have it because it's under that school account. But I remember her sending that email, she forwarded it to the vice principal. She said,
I was being very disrespectful and I was being very rude and I was getting an attitude with her and that I was in class faking a seizure. You said what?
you know how delusional you sound right now? Like, do you, let me repeat that. You emailed the vice principal and said, she is faking a seizure in class. Why? Like, why? Like, after she did that, the vice principal, there was nothing more that he could do about it. So he basically suspended me for like 1 or 2 days. And after I was suspended for the 1 or 2 days, shortly after, like, one day I had at home, and after that happened, my mom just kind of decided to let me choose when I wanted to go to school, which I greatly appreciated because I was always tired being that I was post-COVID. So with that being said, I survived the 1 day and then I ended up at the hospital the next day.
No! God, please, no! No!
But yeah, if y'all want a part 2 to that story time, let me know down in the comments down below and I'll actually do a part 2 on the story. Because that story was actually really messed up. Like, that lady had me messed up, like, real bad. Like, I was not, bro. Oh, BTW, this is editing Snowy. But still, she had me messed up. So let me know in the comments if y'all want a part 2. But that's it for this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and turn on those post notifications so that way you're notified every time I upload a new banger. And that's it. Peace out.